I'm not going to believe it unless you sign it.
Of what, just
Come on, the
2 or
big
3
props.
weeks
The big props work. Come on, it works for interest rates. It works with Kim Beazley as Defence Minister. He's a great big prop, that one.
Where's the Nerf bat?
Oh, you want to hit me? Here, use the pen. Use the pen. Give me one.
Okay. See you later.
Hey, Mark, you stole my pen, bastard.
And I should just say, we've had a few emails this week asking if I gave Latham the $50 he won in last week's Ease the Squeeze challenge.
Yes, now the answer is not yet, but we will get this to him in the mail just as soon as we find an envelope big enough.
Exactly. Julian, can we turn to some of the key seats now? I want to look at Eden Monaro, please.
Sure. As you can see, V8 engine, ABS brakes, alloy wheels.
That's not Holden Monaro. I was wanting Eden Monaro.
Oh, sorry. I'm not sure I've got that one. Look, I'll just get rid of that firstly.
Maybe, can we just discuss Kingsford Smith, perhaps, Peter Garrett's seat? How's he shaping up?
Look, I'm expecting Garrett to win, in fact. And assuming that Garrett does get elected at the next election, the chamber's going to look more like this.
Well, I am baffled that the Libs haven't done more to counter Peter, to be honest.
Well,
I mean,
it's not for want of trying. They've certainly been wooing a few high-profile rock stars, and I think it's fair to say their first choice of Craig Nichols, the erratic frontman from the Vines, didn't go quite as well as hoped.
I'm not to give up, though. The Liberal Party also approached Jason, the lead singer of punk rock band Frenzal Rom.
Perfect Liberal Party material.
oh, well, he's an obvious fit. Graham Morris and I both agreed the minute we saw him.
And after gaining pre-selection in the blue ribbon seat of Bradfield, Jason took to the hustings with fellow bandmate Lindsay as his campaign director.
Well, we'd like you to meet Jason Wally. He was previously of punk rock band Frenzal Rom. He's going to be standing at the next federal election as the Liberal member for Bradfield.
Yes, is he really?
Yes, he's replacing Brendan Nelson.
It's very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you, sir.
He may have called John Howard a racist. He may have even called him a racist. And he's
I may have at times burnt effigies of his figure on stage,
Really?
and I'm 100% opposed to everything that I've done a complete turnaround.
Absolutely.
I've matured.
Do we have your support for the federal election?
No.
Well, why not?
But sir,
Vote for Jay on election day. Don't be scared. He's changed.
I admit I've never voted, but in my defence, I've been very stoned for a long time. So
In this area, you'd have a little difficulty with your piercing.
I mean, Brendan Nelson's got the little earring, you know, that more piercings in my book means more vote.
I
can
see.
I've got more tattoos than Brendan
I
Nelson.
think I better go and get you a hairbrush, don't you? Don't you agree? Well, have you thought of having a haircut or something, you know?
Well, Peter Garrett didn't have to change his haircut.
No, come on, Jason, please. He's very touchy about his
with the
hair.
haircut.
Look, he's obviously got a drug problem, but we're working on that, you know, within the Liberal Party.
Oh, I think he's feeling a bit silly now. Oh, I'm going, see ya.
Vote 1, Jason Wally for Bradfield.
First, he took on McDonald's. Now, the world's biggest glutton for punishment, Morgan Spurlock, confronts his toughest challenge yet.
For the next 30 days, I'm gonna eat nothing but the food in Mark Latham's diet.
His doctors told him he was crazy.
The consequences of eating Chip Buddies every meal, every day, that really scares me.
You're forgetting about the beer, too.
His specialist tried to stop him.
I gotta warn you, Morgan, this Latham diet, you do know it's worse than the Beazley one.
But once started, nothing would make him change his mind.
I've noticed I'm getting really irritable and aggressive. Last night I even tried to punch out a cab driver.
If you thought the last movie nearly killed him, you haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, gee, this really surprises me. I mean, your man boobs have nearly tripled in size in just 20 days.
Morgan Spurlock returns in Super Size Me 2. From Big Mac to Big Mark.
Oh! My pancreas! My pancreas!
Coming soon to cinemas everywhere.
Look out for the Liberal Party pork thunders, cruising marginal seats between now and the election, giving away heaps of cold hard handouts.
Hey, Damo here in the Pork Thunder. And if you can, get on down to Eden Monaro tomorrow. We got heaps of private health rebates to give away, plus a whole stack of baby bonuses. Or why not try one of our ministers' icy cold hearts? We'll be here from 7 a.m, so come and say hi to the Pork Thunder babes. Believe me, Ross Cameron already has.
Pork Thunders. Which marginal seat will they be targeting next?
Welcome back live to the National Tally Room in Canberra.
Hey, haven't those Pork Thunders been a great innovation? One of them this morning gave me a childcare rebate and I don't even have a kid.
Exactly. And we're just getting news through now that the government's about to make a statement on this issue. Let's cross live to our reporter Chaz Licciardello, who's embedded with the Coalition.
Yes, the Coalition is on the move. We're currently heading north with the 7th Comcar Division towards an as-yet unspecified doorstop.
Can you tell us your position there?
I'm afraid that information is classified.
Can you at least tell us who's doing the doorstop?
No, I'm sorry. That would compromise the whole operation.
Chaz Licciardello there, bringing us unparalleled access and information from the Coalition campaign.
While we just wait for that statement, can we have a look at the seat of Jones?
Sure, well, no stranger to pork barrelling itself, Jones. You recall, of course, from last week, it's strongly Liberal and a crucial seat for the Libs to retain.
Well, there's an old maxim that says if you win Jones, you win the election.
Although it's been known to swing a little. In fact, you'll recall that it used to be extremely pro-Optus at one point, but lately we've seen a massive swing to Telstra after an injection of $1.2 million.
Well, Howard really mustn't take Jones for granted. It's not out of the question that it could actually switch to Labor, assuming they threw enough money at it.
Well, talk of a Labor offer has been doing the rounds all week, so I confronted the man himself to see if the rumours were true.
Alan, is it true that the Labor Party's offered you $1.2 million to back them in this election? Are you going to be changing like you did from Optus to Telstra?
Well, it's not a bad offer then, is it?
Not a bad offer? So you're going to take it?
Very competitive.
Well, who would have thought Alan Jones for sale?
Not a bad price for Labor too.
Well, look, I'm always happy to pimp for Jonesy, so I went to Labor to see how much interest there was in his offer.
Now, I've got some good news for you.
Right, and what's
We're going to
that?
help you out at the election.
Right.
We've had a word to Alan Jones.
Oh, I see.
And he's willing to enter into an exclusive sponsorship arrangement with your party.
I think Alan's much more fixed on the Liberal Party than he ever was on Optus.
The only sponsorship agreement Alan Jones would really have his heart in is one with the Prime Minister.
And he will talk, Julia.
I think for Alan it's a certain sort of affection.
I don't think we've got enough money to sponsor an agreement.
Come on,
with Alan
Centenary House, it'll be small change.
Why hasn't Alan had me on his program for 2 years?
Well, you wouldn't have any trouble with access if you got this deal going. Now, it'd be editorially independent, but, you know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, it'll be all right.
But we'd have to invite him to the lodge like John Howard did, wouldn't we?
If you get in the government, he would have to appoint David Flint's successor.
Terrific, that's a great offer for
That
us.
sounds like a good deal.
Okay,
You've
all right,
won me.
speak to the boys at
Excellent.
head office.
Sounds good.
I'm not surprised Alan would be interested.
Well, money talks.
I think Alan's a closet socialist.
Well, who would have thought? Alan Jones, a closet socialist.
What you've got to ask, though, does the Labor Party really need Jones, given they've got so many other good communicators in the party
Well,
already?
I'm not sure that's strictly true, Chris. I mean, if we just have another look at the chamber, you'll remember this is the current configuration. But this is what it looks like when Simon Crean gets up to talk.
God, he's mediocre. The amount of time I have wasted on that man.
Yeah, in fact, if we just have a look at Crean's record, you'll remember that as party leader, his approval rating sank to 14%. And as ACTU president, real wages plummeted.
Oh, look, this is totally true. Look, Mark actually came to me the other day and he just said, what do I do about Simon? You know, and I said, mate, look at Simon's CV, right? He's just not a leader. The bulk of his career, he's been deputy, assistant, vice, you know, that's his strength. He's a born deputy, that man.
He plays a brilliant second fiddle.
Well, he's Australia's number one, number two.
The selling point the party's finally seized on in its latest campaign ad.